going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here with a channel update for you. Today is, well, I'm filming this on April 26th, 2012, but chances are by the time you see this it'll already be April 27th because I actually have to upload some gameplay footage before I upload this video, and I want this to be the last video on my channel for the day. A variety of topics to cover in this channel update, so if you bear with me, but I think it's all going to be interesting and informative to you, okay? And the first thing I would like to say is, I'm not that I'm trying to promote this particular video, but I filmed Ask the King earlier today, 2 parts like usual. This is the series where I answer your fan mail, I answer your questions from my forums, thekingofhate.com, and also from my Twitter account at DSP. And I think this is a really good episode because a lot of common questions that a lot of people have been asking me about get addressed in this episode, including things like, why haven't I talked about the CISPA bill, which actually just passed in the House of Representatives and now has to go to the Senate? What do I think about larger issues like the rumors that this porn site Brazzers might be sponsoring fighting game players or sponsoring fighting game events, you know? These big questions that like a lot of people ask me, and I kind of, you know, consolidated them and answered them all in these series of Ask the King. People ask me about, what do I think about Final Fantasy VII? I can't tell you how many people have asked me that over the years for whatever reason. And so that, you know, all those kind of questions get answered. And unfortunately, I hate to say this, but I know for a fact Ask the King ends up being one of my lowest watched series when it comes to a vlog like this. Like my channel updates, my weekend previews, the Hateful Truth reviews, that kind of stuff usually gets around, you know, the same amount of views. Ask the King infamously gets lower views. I don't know if it's because of the time of day that I upload Ask the King. For example, this channel update, it's the last thing on my channel I'm uploading today. Same thing with the weekend preview. It's always the last thing that I put on my channel. Maybe because the Ask the King is actually the first thing that I upload on my channel on Thursdays, the last Thursday of every month. People don't particularly watch it or it doesn't stick out to them. I don't know. But I know that a lot of questions that people ask me all the time, I've been answering in these recent episodes, and I just want everyone to know it's worth it to go check it out. In the description of the videos, I've been putting every question that I answer, so you can kind of have a guide of to where you want to listen to in the video to listen to an answer to a different question, okay? So check that out if you're interested. Now, big announcement, more so for you guys than for me. And this happened yesterday, so my Twitter followers are already aware of it, but I didn't make a video or talk about it anywhere in the video except for Ask the King this morning. I have created an official Facebook account, and I know that for a while I was saying I wasn't going to do it, I wasn't interested in it. Well, finally, for a variety of reasons, I decided it was in my best interest to do it, even though I know it's probably going to be a little bit of a pain to try to maintain and keep it under control. But one major reason that I'm doing it is because of you, the fans, have been asking for it. Especially since, you know, the past year and a half, I've been saying follow me on Twitter, and a lot of people say, listen, I just don't like Twitter, I don't use it. Facebook I've been using already. So I said, alright, so here's what I've done, okay? I've got an official Facebook page. That's facebook.com/theycallmedsp. Just like on Twitter, it's theycallmedsp. That's my Facebook page, okay? Now, if you subscribe to that page, you're going to get all the updates of anything that I put on there, including basically the same kind of stuff that I tweet about. It's going to be exactly the same because I've linked all my accounts. I've linked my Facebook and my Twitter account, so whatever I post up on either one, you're going to see on both. So you're going to get things like updates on YouTube if there's problems, letting you know when I'm starting to upload videos, links to maybe like the first and last videos in a series, possibly the entire playlist, that kind of stuff, so you know you're in the know about what's going on with my content. And of course, when I go traveling and when other stuff's going on, I put stuff up on there, okay? I've also created what's called a Facebook fan page for myself. I heard that a lot of people don't necessarily use the account, they have a fan page, and all you need to do if you have a Facebook account is like that page, and then you'll get the updates on that page, okay? So that is actually facebook.com/theycallmedsp1. Or if you just go to my main account, it's actually that page I think is listed under there. I'm not positive about that, but that page also, you're going to see the same updates as on the regular Facebook as on what's going to go on Twitter. So here's the bottom line. You now have no excuse to say you're not in the know of what's going on with me and my stuff. My Facebook account, my Twitter account, they're used for business purposes. They're all related to YouTube and that kind of stuff. You're not going to see me on there gabbing about nonsense or anything like that. I'm not like a lot of these other users of Twitter or Facebook where they're constantly putting up comments and things that no one cares about. I'm using it for business. There's no personal contacts or anything or anyone that I'm going to be putting on there. So here's the thing, I've already received about 1,000 friend requests, and I've added all those people. The problem is with Facebook, on your Facebook account, I think it maxes out at like 4,000 friends. So once that space is filled, no one else can add on there, but you can still subscribe, and you can still follow the fan page, and you'll still get the same updates as everybody else, okay? So I just wanted to let everyone know that. The Facebook page now exists. It's linked to the Twitter account, so no matter wherever you follow me, you're going to get useful information, okay? So that's that. I'm glad that I've now gotten that done, and now I don't have to worry about, honestly, people out there, oh, I have a fan page here, and there's a fan page there, and I don't use Twitter, so now I'm misinformed about what's going on with Phil's stuff. Now there's no excuse. Now there's you can, no matter what you use, you can get that information, okay? So I just wanted to get that out there. The other thing that I want to talk about is an upcoming gaming convention. I've only mentioned it once or twice so far, so I wanted to take some time out in an official channel update video like this to explain about it again. We've got some more details regarding the event. Too Many Games, a gaming convention in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, that myself, John Rambo, OJ, and Panda Lee will all be attending the weekend of June 15th through 17th. So that's Friday through Sunday. Okay, you can get information at the website www.toomanygames.com. It's going to be a combination of many events. First of all, we're going to be there all weekend. We're going to have a vendor table, and we're going to be showing Project 7. I'm going to actually have all the episodes up to then, kind of like streaming on the laptop to show everyone what exactly Project 7 is. Okay, we're going to have the Project 7 t-shirts, which have been sitting in a box since MagFest. Those will be available for sale. We're going to have, OJ might be making more candles. As you've seen in previous convention videos that we made, he has made candles before for these conventions. We're not 100% if he's going to make more or just bring what he has, but he might be bringing product. And there's even the possibility that Panda Lee might have some stuff to sell. I think right now she's like dabbling in her head the idea of maybe making some custom earrings. She used to actually make earrings, and she says, like, I could probably whip something together that's video game related. Like, I could put a bead on there and paint it to look like Pac-Man, you know what I mean, and put some cherries or something on it, and that would be pretty cool. Maybe someone would like that. So, some ideas are being tossed around. That's not a definite yet. As more information is made available, I'll let you know. But we're going to be there. We're going to have a table. The Airy Lord's coming. He's going to be hanging out with us, and he'll have his book with him if you want to check that out. Some people who we met last year at Too Many Games are saying, we're coming again this year. We're happy that you're actually going to make it in time this year, which we are. We promise we're going to be there in time, okay? In addition to just having the table there, we're also going to be participating in things going on. There's going to be some tournaments going on. In fact, I think I might participate in the Street Fighter Cross Tekken tournament, as well as the Bust a Move 2 tournament, because I love Bust a Move. I haven't played it in a long time. Maybe I'll warm up a little bit and see if I can do anything in that tournament. Not sure how tight the competition is going to be. But in addition to that, there's going to be concerts going on all day Saturday, or all day Friday, I'm sorry, and all day Saturday. They actually go on during the day, and we're going to be checking some of those out. So you're going to get some cool video game related bands, cover bands, concert footage, that kind of stuff's going to be going on. You can check that out. Plus, on Saturday, 2 featured guests. Guess who I am? I'm one of them, which is really cool that I'm actually going to a convention. I'm a featured guest. And if you don't believe me, you can check out the website. They've got me listed there as one of the featured guests. And we will be having a panel, and it's definitely going to be, like I said, myself, Rambo, OJ will be involved in the panel. Now, I'm not 100% if anyone else from the Project 7 staff, for example, Respect the Pact or Howard, will be coming. I'm going to talk to them about it. But right now, it's definite that the 3 of us will be there, plus Panda Lee, of course. Even though she hasn't been in Project 7 yet, she'll be there. And we're going to do this panel. And it's going to be similar to what we did at MagFest. I'm probably going to abbreviate it a little bit, okay? Because that was a big speech that I did at MagFest. I think what we really want to do is, since now it's going to be at a convention that's more local to us, I know just from last year from the people who, when we showed up late, were there to talk to us, that there are going to be a decent amount of people at the panel. So we're going to talk a little bit about YouTube, what's going on. We'll talk all about our projects. And then we're going to probably, and I'm not promising this yet, but more than likely we're going to be screening Episode 4 of Project 7. So what it's really looking like, so this is kind of like a 2-pronged piece of information here, is that Episode 4 of Project 7, our goal is to have it done by Too Many Games, so that we will screen it then, okay, so that'll be the middle of June, and then maybe that weekend after, we'll actually release it. We'll have to see what happens, regarding that. Or maybe what we could do, and this might be a cool idea, screen it on Saturday, and upload it on Sunday. See if maybe overnight on Saturday, if I don't know how the internet's going to be where we are, but if the internet's good enough, if I can slowly upload the file overnight and then it can go live overnight on YouTube, maybe we could try that, okay? So that way if you're there, you get to see a sneak preview and then it goes live that weekend. I don't know, but that's kind of our goal. So all that stuff's going on, okay, at Too Many Games. Plus, there's going to be a special VIP event that Saturday night. Only 100 people are going to get to go to this event. You do have to pay a special price to get in, and it is a special ticket. But what happens is you get to go across the street to Arnold's Family Fun Center, and for several hours there's going to be free drinks, free food. You get tickets and tokens to just go around and play the games. They got skee ball and all kinds of those ticket games. And there's going to be an exclusive closed-door concert with the mini bosses just for the people who get into this event. It's looking like we're going to be able to attend that. Right now, let me put it to you this way. I'm sure the two of us can get in, and I'm going to try to get tickets for all of us so we can all make it to that event. So that's a cool thing I want to tell you about as well. So basically, it's going to be a jam-packed weekend full of cool content. And I think it would be really cool if people could go out there and meet us. Again, we are more than happy to sign anything, to meet and greet, to talk to you, to shake your hand, whatever. I think that the panel is going to be a great opportunity for people to do Q&A, to ask us questions about Project 7, to ask us questions about what we're doing with our own YouTube stuff. I'm sure people have plenty of questions for John regarding Schnoz Man at Hole Punch and that kind of stuff. That's really the great opportunity you would have going to this panel and attending Too Many Games this year. So I highly recommend, if you live in the Northeast, okay, of the United States, check out the website, toomanygames.com, get the information, get everything reserved. We're definitely going to be there, and we're going to be there the whole weekend, and we're looking forward to meeting a lot of you out there, okay? So, really cool. Check that out. Going along with that vein of what I was saying, regarding Project 7, the bottom line is this. We've got 3 episodes out there. They're all popular. They're all successes, and from what we've seen, these episodes are successes, okay? They're all around, episode 3 is almost at 100,000 views. Episode 1 and 2, one of them's over 200,000. One of them's, very close to 200,000 views. We view that as a victory, a triumph. Unfortunately, what we've been finding is that it's taking an awful lot of time. It's taking difficulty in our lives. Because remember, it's not just myself and John and Howard doing it. It's myself, John, and Howard. Here's how the process works, basically, so you see a little bit of behind-the-scenes stuff. Myself, John, and Howard have to meet, which, okay, we can figure that out. We'll meet one day. We all meet, we come here to my condo, and for like 3 to 4 hours, we brainstorm and we write the rough script for whatever the episode's going to be. Then we have to write down what are the technical aspects that we need to talk to Respect the Pact about, what are the supplies we're going to need for the episode. Then I schedule a meeting with Respect the Pact and Howard, and we all meet together, and we talk out. Here's what we had an idea for this scene. Here's what we have an idea for this scene. Here's what we think for a filming location for this scene. Here's what we think for this scene. So it's like a production meeting, basically. So they get the first idea of what's going to happen behind the scenes of this episode, what we're expecting, and we kind of get a more concrete idea of how we're going to do it. Then we have to figure out who's going to act in this episode, okay? So we have to schedule a time when all of us can meet and a time when all the filming locations will be available. Then I have to go out and buy a lot of the supplies. For episode 3, I actually spent an entire day with Panda Lee when she was here visiting me. We went to the mall and just bought all wardrobe and everything for that episode. So that's time consuming, and that's also, cost to us where we have to run around buying supplies. In this case, some of the episodes coming up, I don't think it's even stuff we'll be able to buy in stores. I'm going to have to running around online trying to find supplies and things for these episodes. Then we finally meet to film. And sometimes we're running from location to location. Luckily, most of the time we've been able to only film at one location and got away with it. And you got to film each scene. You got to set up lighting. You got to set up angles. You got to do multiple shots. You got to do this and that. It takes an entire day when we film. So that's a whole other day that we have to coordinate and then actually work on that. Then the real work begins, and that's what Respect the Pact. They have to take all this footage that they've recorded, and keep in mind, for a 15-minute episode, they probably record hours of footage, okay? Multiple takes, multiple shots, different things, different improv that we say, extra scenes. I'm going to be honest, the past couple episodes there have been several extra scenes which we've omitted for the purpose of pacing of the episodes. And, a lot of the stuff we actually come up on the fly as well. Some of the funniest scenes from episode 3 were made on the fly. That scene where Howard kicks the door in on the guard and shoots him while he's on the toilet, completely improv. We didn't even know that we were going to have that shooting location or what was going to be there until we got there and we looked, and it wasn't me, I forget who it was that had the idea, and he said, that's funny, we got to do one in the bathroom. And then all of a sudden everyone was like, yeah, do a shot in the bathroom, and it ends up being one of the funniest shots of the whole damn thing, okay? So, it's tough, but we get it done. But what happens is we get all this footage that Respect the Pack now has to figure out. What's the best scene? What is for pacing wise? It's a lot of editing work, and it takes hours and hours and hours to do. Then, out of all that, now you have effect shots, where you have to sit in, in the editing studio and say, okay, how can I get this effect to look good? How can I get that effect to look good? Is there a shadow here? Is there going to be a flare here? And a lot of people were like, oh, I don't think there was enough blood in episode 3. Well, if there was excessive, ridiculous amount of blood, it would have taken actually longer to make the episode, and it probably wouldn't have looked as good. It would have been way too gratuitously violent, even to the point of being cartoony. We actually liked the way that Respect the Pack did the editing job in episode 3, okay? So, it's a lot of fucking work. And in fact, Respect the Pack, and I give them a lot of credit, they had something like 2 to 3 weeks they were working on this episode, and they finally at the last minute put the finishing touches on it for us the night before we were going to release it. So it takes an enormous amount of time and effort to coordinate all of our schedules and get this stuff working. And what we found is that there's no way that we're going to be able to do one of these a month. It's just out of the question. If this were our main focus, you know what I mean? If this were something that this is the only thing we're doing, we could do one a month, absolutely. But I've got my own schedule, my own videos and playing games. Respect the Pack have their own full-time jobs. John and Howard have their own jobs and responsibilities that they're working on. And we don't live together, you know what I mean? So we have to coordinate all this stuff, and it's just time-consuming, and it just is not going to be a monthly thing. So what we're thinking of doing, at least for now, and I'll update everyone if this changes, but we're thinking episode 4, we have the whole month of May to film it, to work on it, to edit it, and the goal is that possibly before Too Many Games, maybe a week or two before, we'll start putting out trailers to hype it. So we'll be hyping not only the episode, but also Too Many Games. And then finally, it'll be released that weekend of Too Many Games, okay? If that works out. If not, it'll have to be a little bit later. We'll have to see. And then we're thinking we might even take a hiatus. Like, let's take some time out, maybe a month or two where there won't be an episode. Maybe we'll resume in August. We'll start to work on it again. And so maybe the next episode would be out in the fall, okay? Because the thing is, we started thinking about it, we're all kind of, talking it out about where we want the series to go. And we're like, do we really want every single episode that has gaming power involved to be a full episode? Does every gaming world have to be a full 12 to 15 minutes? And when we started talking about it, we're like, realistically, if we had unlimited cast members to be in this, if we had unlimited resources, yeah, that's what we would do, but we don't. And we don't want this to end up being, if you have one episode per power, then you have a couple finishing episodes or whatever, it's going to be like 10 to 12 episodes, and we don't know if we really want it to go that long. This is something that we just wanted to do as like a project, a side project, not something that, oh God, now it's just dragging on and we have to keep working on it over and over and over. So what we're probably going to end up doing is maybe consolidating some of the ideas that we have, maybe have episodes that have multiple gaming worlds in them. We basically want to, I think what the summer will be a great opportunity for us to do is for myself, John, and Howard to sit down and write out where we want the series to go. Ultimately, how many episodes do we want? When do we want them out? How can we split up the gaming powers and the gaming world? Obviously, there's going to be a finale that I'm not going to spoil right now because I have really good ideas regarding it. And there may actually be some fan interaction for that finale, hint, hint. So once we get towards that episode, I will be definitely talking to you guys about it, and there might be some unique opportunities there, but I'll let you know what I mean by that as we approach it. But I'm hoping that at least after episode 4 we'll have some time to relax and sit back and not have to worry about rushing or writing, but instead meeting and saying with the guys, where do we really want this series to go? Let's decide it now. Let's make a schedule, let's make a timeline, so that way I can come to you in the fall and say, oh, by the way, alright, episode 5 is coming out the first week of October, episode 6 is coming out the last week of November, or maybe early December, and then the series will be wrapping up in January or February with the big finale, and that would be cool too, because not only we'll have more time to look for better locations to film, hell, in December maybe we could do a holiday special, who knows, the Project 7 Christmas special. Who would have ever thought we'd be involved in a Christmas special episode of anything. How fucking awesome would that be if we have a holiday special? Anyway, I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not saying that's definitely going to happen, but I think that if we take our time with the series, it'll work out better. Also, here's the other thing. I've been in some talks with Machinima. Machinima is interested in the series. And what they told me is once we have 4 episodes done, they'd like me to tell them, and what they want to possibly do is do a 4-episode run either on Machinima or Machinima Respawn. They're actually talking about it right now, trying to see where the series would be a best fit. And so what they want to do is run the series like boom, 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 like 4 episodes. So there would be a month where once a week they'd be running an episode. And I think if we're not, you know, in the summer, that might be the perfect thing. Like, do it in July, do it in August during the summer when a lot of people are out of school, where there's more viewership is up, the possibility to expose the series to more people, you know what I mean? And that way maybe we even get feedback not only from the fans, but here's a totally new audience. And I'm sure, as you know, I already know with the Machinima audience, you're getting a lot of trolling, a lot of, this sucks, what is this, blah, blah, blah. But we may get some people who are converted to the series, they like it now, and they say, gee, we can't wait to see more, and we might even get more ideas on stuff that we can do. So the more exposure, the better. Even if we get massive negativity from it, we don't care. We definitely want to see if we can get more exposure for the series, and we think Machinima is the way to go for that. So I'll have more info on that, obviously, as we approach the end of episode 4. And obviously, it would be awesome if you guys could watch the episodes if they do go up on Machinima and support us there and say, wow, we love this series. We're fans. Definitely watch it. It's worth it. Maybe even explaining some of the questions that I know will come up, like, what the fuck was episode 1 about? I don't know anything about DSP. You know? So I know that stuff's inevitably coming. But so anyway, that's kind of in a nutshell what's going on with Project 7. We're still working on it. Episode 4, we definitely plan to have done within the next month to month and a half. Our goal is to try to have it done by Too Many Games so we can screen it then. And then give you some previews and things before that. And then take a little bit of time off from the series to basically draw it out and have a guideline and an outline for it till its end. And then put out some really good episodes by the end of the year. And then wrap it up maybe next year. I don't know. We have to see. We have to see what our schedules and everything are going to be like. Especially when you get to that hardcore gaming season, as you know. I'm going to be jam-packed with games. And it may come to the point where I do what a lot of people have suggested, and rather than play every single game, I just pick and choose the games that I feel are the best, or the ones that are going to be the blockbusters, and skip a lot of the other ones. I think a lot of people at this point have been said, Phil, you know, we really like your footage, but you put out so much, it's hard for us to keep up at this point. So maybe if I want to continue with projects like Project 7 during the hardcore gaming season, I'm going to have to cut back. I don't know. But I'm still excited about the project. I still think Project 7 is a great thing. And we just need to take some time out to more solidify our ideas and see where we want to go with the series and regroup a little bit. So that will be coming up within the next month or two. As more details happen regarding episode 4, I will let everyone know. In fact, I'm probably meeting with Respect the Pact early next week to discuss some details, and hopefully we'll go from there, and I'll have better news. Well, not better news, but more news for you guys soon enough. So, alright, that's enough for this channel update. I've rambled on long enough. I hope it was informative. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, remember, Facebook. If you want to follow me on Facebook, I've got links down in the description of the video. You can do it, and you don't have to complain about Twitter anymore because now it's the same information on Twitter and Facebook, okay? Too Many Games coming up. Please check out the website. Please attend if you can. I would love to hear. And by the way, if you're going to attend, let me know. I would love to hear from people who are definitely going so I can eyeball, okay, I know 50 people are going to show up at the panel. Or, alright, maybe, you know, it would be nice to have an estimation. At MagFest, I had no fucking clue how many people were coming. And then a good, 40, 50 people showed up at the panel and I felt good about myself. But I would obviously like to know how many people are coming to this panel as well. So let me know if you're coming to Too Many Games. And we're working on Project 7, okay? That's it for this channel update. Thanks a lot. See you guys later.